Sound all right?
You do.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we are.
Hi.
Hello.
I'll put in a little bit of what we've been doing prior to like this exact moment, so you just have a little idea of where our heads are at. Like that it broke. Hello. You okay? Are you okay? But we'll just pretend none of that happened and it all went perfect. And we're calm, cool, and collected and ready to podcast. It looks like our camera is rolling and our audio is rolling.
Mm-hmm.
And if God is on our side, we might be in focus. And if we're not, you're used to it not being in focus anyway.
One of these times for sure.
So, happy New Year's Eve.
Sorry, big gulp. Yeah. Happy New Year's Eve,
It's
everybody.
New Year's Eve, last day of 2024. My cat is also here with us.
Yeah, first time audience member. Here we go.
Yeah, live audience. Hopefully, he spanked this recording device on the ground a few minutes ago, and maybe that's why it was seeming so broken. But I think we're in business now.
I'd say it was a little buggy. It was a little scary, but here we are.
But this is our New Year's Eve 2024 episode.
Mm-hmm.
So what we did was we kind of went through our camera rolls and reminded ourselves of what we accomplished in 2024. And we're just going to reflect. We're going to forget that anyone is even listening, and we're just going to powwow together.
Little talk, yeah. Looking back at my camera roll, I had not realized how many different little things I have done throughout this year. So it was nice to recap.
A reflection is always warranted. Do you want to start us off? Give us a couple.
Yeah, I'll do my best to keep this chronological, but I'm starting off by not doing that. So, first one, pretty big one, I finished my school loans.
Yay!
Which is pretty exciting, yeah.
That is
It
exciting.
was actually really funny. When I finished them the first time, I freaked out. For whatever reason.
It was a money reason.
It was a money reason. I was really trying to figure out, trying to get my money right, and paying them off felt like a mistake at the time. So I was actually able to make a refund, which I did. And then immediately when I got the money back, it took, I don't remember, a week or two or something to process, and then I got my money back. And then pretty close after that happened, I just ended up putting the money back into the loan, and then I finished it a second time, which was, I mean, how many people can say that they finished paying off their student loans twice? Yeah, that's
a couple.
Magical.
But how many people can say they finished paying off their student loans twice in a 1 week?
1 week. That's got to be a Guinness World Record right there, actually.
There's a big hunk of carpet on my microphone. Okay, yay! Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. After that, now that I sit here at the end of the year, it is nice to just know that it's just off my list now. It's all gone, and it's a scary thing done. So,
yep.
Yeah, it's good. How about you?
The first thing I wrote, which is as equally memorable as it is unmemorable, but our last January 1st was at our friend Matt's house.
Mm-hmm.
Because he owns a house. And I just think he's owned a house for a whole year now, which just makes you feel a little bit like an adult, that you're at the age where people can own houses for years. And then a year ago, 2024, I was still working at a coffee shop. And in January of 2024, you went to a Manhattan's wine tasting for the first time.
Yeah, that stuff is yummy. Anyone
in the area,
whatever our area is, because I certainly have not given that out in the past. But, sorry. Yeah, anyone in the area, try that. It's very fun. It's yummy. Just make sure you go with a big group because if you don't, you might just end up sitting with a bunch of random people.
We don't know that for sure.
Maybe
but
not for
last
sure,
time we went, it seemed like people who weren't in the same party were being seated at a table together, which for like healthy-minded social people, that's not an issue. And it's not not an issue for us either.
Oh yeah, no, we are very sound individuals for sure, yeah.
Give us a couple more of yours.
Okay. I might skip around a little bit. So our friends Zach and Margie got married.
Mm-hmm. That's on my list.
Before that, had a bachelor party. And that was a good old time. We went up to a cottage, just big
Yeah, a cabin.
cabin thing, yeah. C word. Good C words. It was a good old time. It was fun. There was a pool inside. It was cold. There was snow.
Wasn't the pool room carpeted?
The pool room was carpeted, which was hilarious. I actually have a picture of all of us. Half of us are in our socks in the wet pool room. The carpet was wet. Our socks were wet. It was magical. It was a very, very good time. In other big news, I also bought a car.
Yay!
Which I think in our first episode I talked about quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And now, after driven, it is a manual. After driving it for a good couple of months, I've gotten it down quite a bit, and it's pretty fun. It's nice. On my way here, I was eating Burger King in my car on the way here. I already said that. And it's funny because it's definitely harder. Still doable, but it's harder to eat food and drive with a stick shift.
I bet.
You can do it. You just got to be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hit a deer.
Yeah, so that's actually farther down.
Okay.
But no, we can go through. That's fine. So it's funny. Exactly 5 months after I bought the car, I hit a deer, and I can maybe send you some pictures or something if you want to like throw the damage up there. But
I'll show you.
Yeah, it was pretty decent damage. If I were driving like a bigger car, it maybe would have taken the blow a little better. But since got a tiny car, it didn't.
Was in the shop for like over a month.
It was like I think 7 weeks, almost 2 months. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like it was a good amount of time that I wasn't without that car.
Paid like $14,000 for the car, and then it was $10,000 worth of damage.
$10,000 worth of damage. They, I mean, luckily, full coverage. I only had a $250 deductible, which still sucks. But I mean, they did a pretty good job. I mean, it's like nothing ever happened.
We learned that the little emblem on the front of his car is $200.
Actually, it was close to $300.
$300.
It was like $283 or something. It was fun. If you guys ever get into a wreck, just like look at your itemized receipt or
if you have full coverage and you're not crying.
Yeah. Both of those things. Yeah. First do those things, and then take a look at your receipt and like really just look at what everything costs because it's pretty wild out there in the car world.
Ted is here. He's just down there, and I'm worried that he's gonna come and mess everything up.
He might come into shop pretty soon here, if he gets so curious too.
You have another one you want?
I feel like I just had a good little run. You can go ahead if you want.
I wrote down that for Valentine's Day you got me the sandwich jelly cat because I asked for it specifically. We saw Hadestown at Stranahan, which I think that's your second time seeing it.
Yes. First time we went to New York, and it was a blast. It was awesome.
And it was right before COVID. Hi, Ted.
Here he is, the man.
You're on my list, buddy. You're going to come up a lot.
He's
Please
also on my list.
Don't ruin anything, okay? Okay. We did St. Patty's Day at the Blarney for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
I'm excited for that because after the holidays, winter just gets kind of sad. But Patty's Day is in the winter, and that's not sad at all.
It's not sad at all. I mean, it's not till like March, I think. Is that the first? No, it's not. You got like Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Is Valentine's Day the first holiday of the year?
After,
Am I forgetting stuff?
No. Depends on what you celebrate, I guess. And then we had a diaper party for one of your friends. One of your friends became a dad.
Yes, he did.
2024.
2024, new dad.
To a beautiful baby girl.
Mm-hmm.
And then the total solar eclipse was this year.
Yeah. Oh, I looked at pictures in my phone for that one, and I didn't write it down. I totally forgot to do that. But yeah.
And then
Crazy.
I mean, that day was crazy.
Mm.
But specifically for us, what I thought was crazy was later that day, because everyone was just off of work. So we watched the solar eclipse, and we're like, wow, that's really fun. And then no one is at work. So we just like went and day drank with our friends at Nick's house.
Wow, that's right. I forgot all about that.
And so I remember it being like 4 p.m. and I am drunk on my friend's porch, and I thought, all right, this day rocks.
Pretty unique day. Actually, probably never going to repeat that one ever again.
That was so
cool.
cool.
One-timer.
And like we did the solar eclipse with my grandparents, which is also just so sentimental and sweet.
I feel like actually when I was looking through my pictures to like get a list here, I did see, so I saw a few of the eclipse like pictures, just like people and whatnot. And then I was one of those people that absolutely just like took his camera and pointed it at the sun and the moon, you know? So I have a nice little like donut ring in my my photo album on my phone. So it's cool, I guess.
Yeah, don't delete it, but it's super cool.
Yeah, really cool. Definitely, I'm sure someone else has a much better picture out there in the world.
No, I bet they don't. I bet you have the best one.
Actually, you're right. I absolutely. On my one, you can see that I got the single camera.
Send me the
phone.
picture and we'll put it up there so people can know how good it is.
It's beautiful. It's really good. So we went to Mexico.
Yes, we did.
Very fun. Also covered that in our second episode, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
This is only episode number 3.
This is episode number 3.
Feels like we've been doing it forever.
We're professionals. And it was a good old time in Mexico. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because, again, if you want to know about that, you can go visit our second episode. A little plug. I just remember, it was for my sister's wedding. It was a good old time. And it's nice hanging out with family, with friends, and got to meet some of Tana's friends there, get a little closer to them, and it was just a good old time. I went, and by myself, I went to, where in Michigan was it? It was probably just close to Detroit, if not in Detroit, and I saw Lindsay Sterling.
Mm-hmm.
I like her a lot. She's a super cool artist. I have a couple videos on my phone. She's just, her brand of music is just violin, EDM, just electronic stuff. It's super cool. She just flies around with her violin. She's
kind of literally.
Like literally, yeah. No, she's like up and down and left and right. Like she's everywhere. She's super cool, super talented woman. Awesome concert. And then I'll do one more, and then I'll pass it off to you. I started Zoloft, which yeah,
what a big year for you.
That's what I'm saying. When I was going through the pictures, I was like, man, I've 25 was a big. I guess half the year I was 20. Wait.
Is Zoloft?
Oh wait, I'm 26.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, no, half the year I'm 25, then half the year I'm 26. But 2024 was a pretty big year for me. Yeah.
Is Zoloft an SSRI?
It is an SSRI, and it is yes, it's an antidepressant. Specifically, I wanted to try to. I get some pretty decent anxiety from time to time, and I just wanted to curb it a little bit. And to be honest, I have no idea if it's actually doing anything. It's
not hurting nothing.
It's not hurting nothing, I think. I haven't died yet, I guess. And it's been a drug that's been around for quite a while. So, people trust it. Yeah, and it's been a learning experience. I started with 25 milligrams, which is like a super low dose. It's literally as low as I could go because I was like, well, why rush this, And then I went to 50 after probably like a month or something like that. And then after that, I think it went another month or two. And then I said, screw it, let's go to 75. And, here
hit me.
Yeah, maybe I'm like, maybe it will go to 100. I don't know. We'll see.
If you're on an SSRI and you're watching, we love ya.
Yeah, they're good, I think.
You're brave and good for advocating for yourself.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right, go ahead and Spin us off, man.
I have my friend Margie. Also, I mean, we talked about that. Got married this year. So we went on her bachelorette party. And I think we scheduled our party before the boys to go to a cabin. But they went first, which felt unfair. But anyway, we thought we were going to the same cabin, but we weren't. We went to different cabins.
Yeah, I don't know how we got to that.
So then we could have broke stuff. We would not have broken stuff.
Yeah,
but then I could have been like, it was the people before us. This was broken when we got here. In April, I put in my 2 weeks at my coffee shop.
Yeah, big deal.
Yeah, it kind of was a big deal, but that put us into the unemployment time of the year, which got dark. But we'll get there. I stopped officially on May 4th. And also on May 4th was your Uncle Troy's surprise party.
Right, yeah.
And also on May 4th is when I would have graduated with my master's.
The big day.
It was a big day. I remember in my mind, I have a selfie on my phone that I texted to my mom that said, like, today would have been the day that I was walking to get my master's. But instead, I have a year of embroidery experience and a year of barista experience, and I'm sure that is going to get me just as far. It's yet to be seen. I'll keep you updated.
No, I think it's going places. Absolutely.
So yeah, May 4th, I remember the day very vividly. It was also, I think, the Kentucky Derby. There was just like a lot happening on that day, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Did we end up, Kentucky Derby, did we, I feel like I remember being at Nick's house when we watched, I don't know, they gamble on horses and stuff, so maybe it was just some other horse race, but.
Yeah. No, I think the Kentucky Derby was downstairs at Brew House. I was upstairs. I worked my last shift. I said bye to my boss, and then we went to your uncle's, and then I watched a bunch of people on my Snapchat graduate with their masters. It was a good day.
Good day. Huge day.
In my, trying to make sure our camera doesn't shut off on us. We're good. Your sister's bridal shower that was this year. And then like actually Margie and Zach getting married, which was such a fun day. But yeah, I mean, you giving your little best man speech. I'll put the photo in of everyone was going, Brooks, 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 Brooks. And they got a picture of that.
It was a nice little morale boost because it's funny because, I mean, like, I talked with people after the speech, and they were like, man, you did really good. And I was like, man, thanks. But, like, you really didn't see me, like, actually trembling up there. Like, I was actually, like, kind of panicking a little. But that must just be a normal thing.
It was good. I saw Little Women at the Valentine Theater, and I also read Little Women this year. And I read it, like, halfway through, and then I put it down for a long time. And then when I picked it up, I started over.
Wow.
Because I wanted the first time I read Little Women to be one foul swoop.
Mm-hmm.
I also, what made it into my list this year was that the zoo's baby elephant boy turned out to be a girl.
I forgot about that. It was Kirk, right?
Yes, because my uncle's name is Kirk, and we were so excited. But then Kirk turned into Kirka.
Kirka.
Kirk would have been cool, but Kirk is cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do another one, and then I'll throw it back to you.
Okay.
That I spent my whole summer job hunting and tanning. So I would wake up and I would job hunt, and then when the UV would hit like 8, I'd go lay outside, and then when the UV would go down, I'd come back inside and job hunt some more. But it was sweet because we have an old senior dog, and so we'd spend our afternoons out there together. And then sometimes she would bark at the neighbors, and I'd go to stop her, and so she'd start attacking me.
Cute. Yeah, that's very nice.
But I'd be in my bikini, and it's a memory I'll take with me forever, and she gave that to me.
That's so nice of her to do.
Okay, you go.
Yeah. So, I was, second time now I've been in one of Paige's shows as a backstage crew. Mm-hmm. Let's remind me the full name of the show.
Once Upon a Mattress.
Yeah, see, I only put in mattress in here because that's what I remembered. People would just say, like, mattress as I don't know if it's just, like, shorthand or whatever, but anyway.
Who's got the time?
Yeah, right, exactly. It's always fun. Theater people, super fun, super chill. I trying to just recount how it all went down. It was a little tough because just like my first time with Cinderella, like I'm working, I get back into the area, like around the time when rehearsals start.
Yeah,
so
no, literally.
I am pulling into the parking lot from work, which like a lot of people do anyway. But I drive an hour, so it's like it's just a lot of driving and then not being home until like 9 o'clock.
Mhm.
So it was a busy part of my time, but I really do enjoy doing it. The people are great, it's super fun and relaxed, and you feel like you're part of something. It's really cool. And Mattress itself it's a pretty fun show.
I was not familiar with it before I was in it.
Really?
I'm happy to know it.
Mm-hmm. It's a comedy, and it's cool. We had a Halloween party at our friend Zach and Margie's house. They live in the area, and it was pretty fun.
Who were
man,
you?
I was right. That's a good point.
Mm.
I was Woodstock, and not the party, but the bird.
Yeah, and I was Snoopy.
She was Snoopy. It was cool. Maybe throw a couple of pictures of that up there as well.
I will, because I
yeah.
made the costumes myself.
She did. I still actually I guess to close out the year, I had cleaned my room today,
And you
I
threw it away.
Yeah, I just burned them actually.
Yay.
Yeah. No, they're in my closet, but I don't know what to do with them because I don't know where to put them.
I don't know, an attic or something.
Yeah, the hat's really thick. She crocheted it herself. She's really talented, and
It is thick.
It's chunky.
You should wear it. It's winter.
That's a good
Wear it
point.
to work.
I mean, it's got feathers on it because I was Woodstock, but yeah.
I hope my mic doesn't sound funny.
Ted's falling asleep.
He is.
Oh, he could feel you staring at him. And so on top of, I put both of these together. So I ruined my car, which got fixed, and then I also ruined my computer, which was also, those things happened around the same time.
But it also got fixed.
So
you're so lucky.
I know, I'm so lucky that things break and then they get fixed. That's very good luck right there. Sometimes I wish they just wouldn't get broken in the first place.
Not
but
that
hey,
lucky.
You don't get to choose that. So, and the computer. Man, I was without the computer longer than I was without the car, and man, that was a hard time because I like my computer. So, yeah.
I went to the lake a lot this summer because our family sold our cottage, which was bittersweet because it was turning into a lot of work. But since we all knew it was the last summer, we all spent a lot of time there.
Oh yeah.
So there were tears shed, but healthy, moving forward tears.
Just to add to that, there's a picture that it was just kind of funny because I don't know if you even remember this or not, but they were taking a family photo, and I didn't really catch that. I thought we were just taking a picture, so I jumped in, and because everyone's so kind, they didn't tell me to leave, so I got into the family picture, and then
I don't know if I know what one you're talking about.
It was one of the last times I think we were at the lake, and then everyone lined up. It's everybody except Gabby and other
Ashley and
other people that are the boyfriend girlfriend.
Brooke
they weren't in the picture.
I've been here the longest. Sucker.
This is true. I guess I've been the
5 years and up.
Yeah, we took a picture in front of the lake, and then you guys turned around and took another picture in front of the in front of the cabin, and then I realized, oh, no one else is in this picture that is not just, that's not family. So I was like, well,
you're just such an
I'm
extrovert.
Sit out. Sure, yeah, okay, yeah. That one, just a little sidebar.
And then I wrote my first song because I was so inspired by our time at the lake. It's called Purple Worm, and I'll link it down below. Is it good? You be the judge. I cat sat a lot. We went to the Four Winds Casino.
We did. I did not put that in here.
That was fun.
That was very fun.
I have never slept so horribly in my life.
That's pretty bad, yeah.
There was one bed, and there was how many of us in a room? Like 6?
Yes, I think.
It was, yes, literally 6 people. And I was one of the first to fall asleep. And I was like, well, if we sleep on the bed horizontal rather than vertical, we can probably fit 3 people really comfortable. But then someone else squeezed in, so then it was 4 people horizontally on a bed. And let me tell you, didn't sleep anyone comfortable. Well, at least not me.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember it fondly. Did I leave up? I don't think so.
I think you evened out, I thought.
I did even out. And it was
I think I left down, unfortunately.
It was Baccarat.
Yes. Baccarat saved you.
It did. I went to your sister's bachelorette party, which I thought was very brave of me. I had a wonderful time. But I didn't know that many people, and I was kind of scared.
I was, when you were committing to it, I was like, man, that's good stuff, honestly.
Yeah,
I know that would be a little scary.
No one out there feel pressure to invite me to your bachelorette party. I will come if you invite me, but don't feel pressure. You don't have to invite me anymore. Just kidding. I was very, very grateful, and I honestly had a good time. And then it's like I knew people when we went to Mexico, so it was good. And then that takes us to July, which is when we found Ted.
Yes, we found Ted.
I'll put a picture in of what Ted looked like when we found him. He was a pebble.
It was a pebble, a little clumsy pebble. It was fun watching him grow and probably a pretty normal cat thing, but his back legs came in before anything else. And he was just a kangaroo looking, his legs did not look like they were for his body.
No.
And he didn't use them very well. He was very klutzy, clumsy, just falling over and whatnot. It was funny.
He was so tiny. And then we didn't think we were going to keep him. And then I went to Mexico, which was going to be the time when a shelter could have taken him. And when I came home, he was still here. And he's been here ever since.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause then we went to Mexico for Hannah and Tony, which was probably honestly the highlight of the whole year.
It was a lot of fun, a lot of good food, a lot of good drinks, a lot of sunshine.
If I had to pick one thing, that's kind of the thing.
Mm-hmm. I think when we went scuba diving, little
snorkeling.
That one. Went snorkeling, and also a little sidebar because I'm just remembering it. I was the last person off the boat because I was just kind of I didn't really feel like I wanted to get into everyone was just kind of getting off real quick.
It was stressful.
It was a little stressful, yeah. And because it was stressful, the guy was telling me man, you gotta go, and so I'm okay, I gotta go. I jump in, not even thinking, I just dive in, and without even thinking, just salt water into my tube. Just immediately I hit the water, salt in my mouth, and I was like, well, this trip's ruined.
This sucks.
This sucks. I want to go home.
We're freshwater people.
Fine. Yeah, it was a good time.
There's so many times when I get into the ocean, and for the first moment, I do think, oh, God, acid, what is this? Yeah. Then we started Once Upon a Mattress, and I started subbing. And I debated if I was going to say this, but I'll just edit it out if I don't like it. The Once Upon a Mattress cast list coming out. The show ended up being exactly what it needed to be. And that is a process that I try to be so go with the flow, humble, gracious, and I was. But I gave myself 30 minutes, sob, big sob. So this one, if you're on an SSRI, you're in the VIP club, and if you've ever just sobbed over a cast list, get yourself over in the VIP section too. Because I say it just to say that we have all been there. And
leave a comment if you've done both.
In what?
So leave a comment if you've done both.
Yeah. Yeah, we've all been there, and I was there. But, you stick with it, and it ends up being a lot of fun. No regrets. And the gaff this year. I feel like this wasn't the most memorable gaff, but I think that is the life cycle of the gaff.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Ted distraction.
Like you have your first gaff that you can drink and it's like super memorable, and then you get like 2 more really good ones in there, and then you gotta have a couple boring ones, and then maybe in like 2 years I'm gonna go crazy for one again.
Yeah, I think this year's gaff, I remember SSRIs again. I remember like I was like I was new to the whole like antidepressant world, and like I had like it feels weird taking this pill and then like drinking beer afterward. I was like washing the pill down with beer, and I'm like, this feels absolutely wrong. But again, the dosage I was on was very low, and I had spoke with my like the person that prescribed it to me anyway, and was like, hey, like, is this okay if I like have some like drinks after? And she was like, you know, it's fine, but hopefully I'm not like outing her or anything. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's funny. We went to the Avatar: The Last Airbender orchestra concert.
Yes, you're better at making a list than I am. These are things that
I take a picture of everything I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, I guess I don't do that enough.
And this is something that normally I would think is very like kind of gimmicky. Like I don't really go to stuff like that, but it was so fun.
It was very cool.
I would go. So don't invite me to your bachelorette parties, but do invite me to go to the orchestra concerts of like The Grinch or Harry Potter, because I'll say yes. I also just have Sabrina Carpenter, just her name written, because that was 2024 to me. I played poker for like a month on my phone.
You were like going at that, yeah. I was like,
I can't name the hands anymore, but at one point I could.
She was really doing it, like probably better than a lot of people that I know how to play poker, honestly.
Maybe that's 2025. Poker.
That'd be cool.
We went to Green Bay.
We did. Super fun.
That was super fun.
Jeez.
I got so ill. Like literally just driving down there. I have like said I've lost my voice before, but we were in a casino and I was looking for throat lozenges, which I found.
Right. Yes.
But yeah, you're right. Cheese, casinos, bingo.
Played bingo, yeah. If you guys have not played bingo with like a casino, it's really fun.
If you've ever played bingo, head on over to the VIP section.
Yeah.
Like with people, they say what it's going to be like. We'd never done it before, but people like get spiritual about it, and they have little tchotchkes in like special little daubers. And that's kind of what I want to grow up to be. Those people have something to live for.
They do. They really do. Keeps them tethered to the world.
Yeah. Green Bay was a lot of fun. I did alumni band. That's always cute.
Absolutely.
I applied in earnest to 30 jobs. And I know sometimes people are like, I've applied to 675 jobs. And to that I say, amazing. I'm so happy for you. But I did like the write an individualized cover letter, make sure that my resume was tailored to the job. I did that 30 times. I got 3 interviews.
It's hard out here.
Yeah. We'll move past that. Do you have any more to add?
I got one, yeah. So I spent a lot of time this year building a website. Mainly for just like a portfolio. Like I just want to like make myself look like a better candidate for future employers or, you know, whatever it may be. And also just like learning. I like since getting into like web development, it's kind of like what I do is like for my job now. It's just fun. There's a like, I mean, at first the learning's fun because it's really easy stuff. And then immediately once you get past the easy stuff, it just plummets and it gets really hard. And then you ask yourself why you're even doing this and like what the heck is going on. And there's just a million things thrown at you just time and time and time again. You keep asking yourself, why are you doing this? This makes no sense. There's no way this pertains to anything. How are you going to you just feel like such an imposter, and it's awful.
Are you familiar with the zone of proximal development?
I feel like that sounds familiar, but I don't know.
It's like doing something hard but attainable. So it's like not impossible for you to learn, but it's not so, pardon me, so easy. That's like the best place to be learning.
I get it too, because it takes a lot of time. Like, I think you need to like good couple sleep cycles going into that. Like, it took a lot of time to get to like where I feel like I'm at now, which still feels like not super knowledgeable, all things considered. But like, I can look at some code and write some stuff, and it's pretty cool.
How many hours do you think you have into that project?
Oh,
more or less than 40.
Probably more, actually. Yeah.
Brag on them. They're watching you.
I guess.
He has 300 hours dedicated to this project.
Yeah, I guess I should have set a timer or something. But it's a good amount of time I put into this little project. And it's nothing like super special by any means, but it's like it does a thing, and I'm pretty proud of it.
Do you want to link it in the bio?
Yeah, I can. I'll get
check it out
link.
down in the
go
bio.
Ahead and check it out if you'd like.
In the description, just kidding.
I hope it works.
And if it doesn't, let him know.
Please, actually, yeah. Again, employers might be looking at that. I need it to look good. Yeah. My list is much shorter. The last thing I have on here is party tonight.
Yeah.
So we're going to our friend who's also in the area. He's party house. We go there all the time.
And we're staying the night. Because we don't believe in drunk drivers.
We advocate for safety, and if I hit 2 deer in 1 year, 2 deer 1 year,
a deer would be the least of our problems.
You're right, absolutely. Drunk deer, that's bad.
Yeah. I have that we took our dog to the vet because that meant a lot to me. She was getting so sad looking, and she just had fleas. But we treated her for fleas, but a lot of just over-the-counter flea medication is not... Ted! A lot of over-the-counter flea medication isn't good. So we thought we were treating her, but we weren't. And so we took her to the vet, and now she's doing great.
She's doing great, except she's not sleeping on her bed.
Yeah, I bought her a really big bed because I watched her stand up from her bed the other day, and she was struggling. So I got her an orthopedic one, and she doesn't want anything to do with it. But I'll keep you updated about that, too. We celebrated Brooks's June birthday in October this year.
Why don't I remember that?
It was at the Mexican restaurant.
Oh, yeah, that's right. See, I have this really bad thing of, like, my dad is... my parents are very kind and nice, and they, like, take me out to dinner for my birthday. And I don't know if I've just gotten too comfortable with that, like, very generous thing, that I just kept postponing it and postponing it and postponing it until finally October rolled around. I was like, hey, guys, let's go out for my birthday.
And they said yes.
And they said yes.
I did a little tea day. I'll put a picture with my mom and my grandma, which, like, these are tiny little one-off things, but I just hold them so near and dear to my heart. Mm-hmm. This is what life is all about.
Absolutely.
I cut all my hair off and donated it. We dressed up as Snoopy in Woodstock. The election was this year. Yeah, maybe I'll post one quick little picture. Boop. There it is right there. That's how that went for me anyway. We did Thanksgiving beautifully at my aunt and uncle's house. And they had like mixed, like a cocktail prepared. Is that the night?
Yeah, that was the night, yes.
It was strong.
It was pretty strong. It was like cranberry,
yeah, it was beautiful.
Like it was awesome. It was like bourbon, like cranberry. Mm-hmm. Oh god, I think maybe like cinnamon or something. It was yummy. It was good.
It was a beautiful evening. Mm-hmm. We celebrated your papa's 80th birthday. Mm-hmm. And then, like 2 days later, we celebrated my grandma's 80th birthday.
Yeah, twinsies.
And that takes us to Christmas, which was also just a beautiful day. And I'll put a couple little pictures here. It was, all in all, a wonderful year. A hard year.
I think if I could say anything about this year, I think if I had to summarize it, it would be maybe even the last like year and a half.
Yeah.
It's been just difficult. It's been hard. I think just a lot of growing. And, I think it's something that I'll remember going forward, and knowing that like I can feel that a lot of this year and some time has like it'll be like good building blocks for potentially the rest of my life. So I can be pretty grateful of like past me now that present me is like, you know, standing on his shoulders. So that's big exhale for that one. Feels good.
The 20s are hard. I think, if I may make an observation.
Yeah.
'Cause you started in your job. When did you start?
The job I'm in now.
Yeah.
July 10th of 23.
July.
Yeah.
You seem happier now.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. That job, kind of much like how I just described, like how I learned to code. At first, it was like, wow, this is really cool because they got me started on some stuff that I like really enjoyed doing. And then when I finished that stuff, it didn't really seem like there was much. And it was stuff that I wasn't exactly thrilled to be working on. So I hit this really dark place. Not a fun place to be. It felt like had a big like quarter life crisis kind of moment where I was just like, my job again is like an hour away, driving in the dark, not like hating what I do, but not like just thinking about like, man, is this like really what life is now?
Like excited to go every day.
No, I was very much like, wow, this is it, huh? And then just sitting in that, and it was not a good place to sit.
You seem like you're sitting in a much better place now, though.
I'd say yes. I think I've gotten myself like I think I understand myself a little better now. At least as far as like what things can make me feel good and productive, and also just leisurely. I think I'm better. I think I have better like boundaries now. Overall, just I think again this last like year has been good like growth for me individually. So
I think I'm thinking about like I told Brooks the other day that like when it comes to New Year's, I'm always like excited and sentimental and really, really grateful for what the year was. But I also kind of let myself be a little bit like, whew, here we go again. And so then I like imagine a life where it's just like really comfortable and content. Like that is just the baseline, is always pretty comfortable and content. And then good things happen. And then maybe there's a little dip, but all in all, you're like sitting right here. And I feel like this year, like 2024, has been all in all, like so lucky, and I'm so grateful. Like so many good things have happened, and like I still have a close relationship with my brothers, and I still have so many of my grandparents, and like there's so much to be thankful for. But it's like I'm so excited for the consistency and the sustainability. Like I know that this year was like just a one-off, and I'm ready to have a couple years in a row where it's just like similar to the year before. Yeah. It'll come. I guess your 20s is just not, at least not my 20s.
No, I think that's a pretty common thing, at least from what I can tell. Like it's 20s seem to be just a place to really build yourself up. Yeah. And doing that is not exactly a comfortable experience, I think. So yeah.
We've got just a couple minutes here. If you just want to do a couple popcorn things with me.
Yeah, why not?
Best Christmas present? Do you have a favorite or one that stands out to you right now?
I'm really excited. This is going to sound kind of lame. I'm really excited to try these socks I got. I have a standing desk at work, and I can just feel the blood go to my feet. So I've needed compression socks, and I got a pair that I really am looking forward to trying when I go back to work. What is today? It's the 31st because this is New Year's Eve. I go back on the 2nd, so I'll try them on the 2nd, and I will update you guys. Maybe, probably not. I'll forget that I even said this, but
I'll ask you.
all right, cool, great, and we'll see how they go.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
I got a photo printer this year, and I've printed so many photos at Walgreens this year, and I'm excited for my photo printer.
Love that.
I know you've kind of touched on some highs or lows, but do you want to just tie it up in a little bow?
The lows suck. For this year, yeah, I think I really freaked out when I hit the deer. I think the job thing, like I had mentioned, like that was probably the lowest I've been very possibly in my life, actually, come to think of it. It was pretty bad. But highs were pretty good as well. Good Mexico trip. Just
Green
a lot
Bay.
of Green Bay. Yeah, just good memories and just good time spent with family and friends. And I think there was a good. This is a good year of just like, my feelings were either on the ceiling or they're on the floor. You know, I was either really excited or I was really just like, oh my God, kill me.
Yeah. Mexico, weddings, birthdays. There were a lot of highs. There were a lot of trips. There were a lot of like little outlier good things that happened this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then I agree with you. There were some outlier like the cast list. It was really close to my 21st birthday. No, sorry, 25th birthday. Yikes. And I was like, wow, I can't land a job. A hobby that I really associate myself with, I'm not that good at. So there was like a couple weeks in there right around my 25th birthday that I was like, I'm not what I think I am. But then I discovered, yes, I am.
She is. And this is where she puts a little clip in of her being the most beautiful little bird in her show. It was very good.
Yeah, yeah. And then there was a couple job things that ended up being very convoluted and might actually end up being really good. But there was some fat tears shed over a few. No, we are moving on with other candidates.
Job world sucks. If you guys don't need a job, just don't do it.
Yeah, if you don't need a job, don't do it. And if you kind of like your job, just keep it.
Yeah, that's it.
Can you describe your year in one word?
I would probably just say like, I'd pick either growth or.
Love that.
I feel like even tumultuous, that came to mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word. Kind of the first one that popped into my head was humble. It was very, oh my God. It was very humbling. But also like grateful. There was so much to be grateful for this year.
This is a weird one. I feel it was a weird year.
Grateful for it though.
Yeah, I guess.
And really quickly, any resolutions?
Now that it feels like I have a little more time on my hands, and I think I maybe will for the foreseeable future, I'd like to get back into picking my banjo, actually. I picked that up a little bit this year, and I think I would like to do that again, so we'll see.
That's so exciting.
Yeah,
I hope you do that.
Me too.
I hope to get a 365 Duolingo day streak, which I know you're supposed to make your resolutions attainable, and that one might not be attainable, but by golly, I want to do it. We'll see. Well, this has been great.
It's been great.
Thanks for being here with us.
Yes, thanks for being here.
And I'll show you a little bit of Ted right now. Thanks. Love you. Have a good year. Happy New Year.
Actually, P.S. Don't hit any drunk deer.
Don't hit any deer. Be safe. We love you. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. Yay!
See you guys.
Bye.